Today, babies, we are talking about the concept of living in the end and how to embody your future self so that you manifest what you want faster. Hey everyone, my name is Velez. I am a former trauma therapist and now transformation coach, where I get to do what I love every day, which is share the truth that empowers you to manifest your dream life, baby. If that sounds good, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Okay, so we're going to talk about living in the end, but really the embodiment practice of it and how it speeds up the manifestation results. So a couple things to really take note of and pay attention to is that living in the end, it's really about saturating yourself internally of who you would be in the reality that you want. It's about the future you pulling her into your present now. You're going to think some different thoughts. You're going to have different beliefs and some different perspectives. You're definitely going to have different feelings. If you're a version of you who always feels unworthy and not good enough, the version of you in the wish fulfilled, that's not her dominant state. Her dominant state is one of feeling worthy and feeling good enough. And then you're also going to look at changing the actions in your 3D that do not allow you or align with the version of you who knows her worth and value. If you're in the wish fulfilled, you're not settling. If you're in the wish fulfilled, you're not allowing people to come in offering a lower standard and you accepting the lower standard. That is not someone in the wish fulfilled. The wish fulfilled means I got the highest standard. I got the top fucking tier of what I wanted. So to get the top tier of what you want is not about saying yes to the low tiers of what you don't want. So it's really understanding who are you being right now. So you have to get clear. So take out your notebook and write out, if I was in the relationship of my dreams, if I was in the career of my dreams, if I was living the life of my dreams, what would I be focusing on? What would I be thinking about? What would my new beliefs be? Because I know every time I manifest what I want, I'm always like, hell yes, thank you. This is amazing and incredible. And I'm admiring it. I'm looking at the circumstances. I'm looking at what I just manifested into physical reality. And I'm like, fuck yes, baby. This is amazing. Great. Give me more, right? Like, yes. So it isn't, I don't look at it and say, oh my God, I'm never going to get what I want. Oh my God, it's not happening. Oh my God, right? No. So it's someone different. And if you're triggered by circumstances that are actually favorable, well, that's just the old you who's not used to it. So you don't want to ignore it. You want to understand, okay, what's this fear that's making me have this experience that I wanted? And now I'm freaking out about it. Oh, it's just because I haven't had it before. So great. Okay, so what do I affirm so this no longer triggers me? And you do the inner practice to reprogram your triggers and it will go away and you'll keep what you want. So you really have to pay attention of the mental diet from the wish fulfilled, not the mental diet of wishing and wanting something. It's actually, who would I be if I were in that reality? You see, you are releasing old that will not allow you to manifest and keep what you want. And that's okay. It's about shedding and releasing. This is what we want to do. The version of me right now, this moment, she's has to see her future a bit different than the version of me 2 weeks ago that created this current reality. The version of me a year ago, the version of me 5 years ago is constantly changing, and my life keeps reflecting that back to me. The version of me that built this business is not going to stay the same because my business is growing and evolving and expanding. And so it requires a different mindset. It requires a different perspective of me right now. I have to think from the wish fulfilled. And I was doing that throughout the last 5 years, but it keeps getting more narrowed. It keeps adjusting and tweaking to get more and more clear and more specific. And this sometimes is part of the process. So the version of me that built her business from 5 years ago to now is not going to be the same version of me in the next 5 years of my business, unless I want my business to be exactly the same as it is now. So this is what you want to look at, is what do you want different in your future? And the version of you the last year, or the last 6 months or 3 months or month, is she aligned with that reality? Because it's if you're thinking different than you were a month ago or 3 months ago or a year, from wherever you're measuring from, and that all those thoughts are in alignment with you and the wish fulfilled, okay, great. Then keep persisting in that. But if it's not, then you need to change it. So you want to do that, right? You want to be focusing on, how does that future version of me think different? What's her new take? What is her new perspective? What are her new beliefs? How does she view things different? How does she feel different internally? Is she always feeling insecure and not good enough? No, because that version of us does not manifest what we want and keep it. We can call it in, but it won't stay. And do I respond different than my current self? The answer should be yes. And it's going to feel real fucking uncomfortable, let me tell you, because I know for me, really, I got, like I said in the last video, like anchored into daily habits of how I built my business a certain way. And now I'm moving into the next chapter, have been, and I'm getting more and more clear on that. And so it requires me to think different than I have the last 5 years. And it's so uncomfortable because it is forcing me to stop and forcing me to really challenge all the ways I have been building my business the last 5 years. And is there things I want to release? Not my programs. I love my programs, but what do I want to do different? Even though the things have been working and are working of what I'm doing, it's going to require something different of me. And this is the fun part. This is the fun part to me. Like, I'm at the point now where it's like, all right, girl, this is like really exciting because I keep moving and evolving and shifting into this new version of me. And it's exciting. So this is how you will get to be too, the more you do this inner work and trust and understanding that the more uncomfortable you feel, that means you're growing, changing, and evolving, and your 3D will follow. So mindset shifts is so important. Routines are super important. And self-talk that is all aligned with that future version of you in that future reality is very important. So you want to break free from any current limiting beliefs or self-sabotaging patterns by asking yourself, what would the version of me in the future do? Well, she's not going to accept breadcrumbs if she wants a relationship that's fulfilling. She's not going to make necessarily all the same choices that she did in building her business up to this point. It doesn't mean you have to burn it down to the ground. It doesn't mean you have to change everything, but what is going to be different? Where's her focus going to be different? Where's your focus going to be different? If you're still obsessing about a specific person, you have not changed, which means you're not going to get what you want, which is why you're not getting what you want, which is why you're still getting hot and cold, which is why you still feel insecure and not good enough, and which is why you still let 3D control your every whim, because you keep giving up your power because you keep being the same old you. So it's really important to understand that if you want to learn how to manifest faster, it's embodying the future you. It's going to require uncomfortability. It's going to require you to sit. You want to learn how to receive. You can't really fully receive unless you know you're worthy to receive and you know it's inevitable what you want. And you can't really fully receive if you're not even aware of how you're not allowing yourself to receive. So force is the opposite of receive. Chase is the opposite of receive. Taking is the opposite of receiving, right? So you really want to start understanding, where is my focus? Who am I being? This is not the version of me in the wish fulfilled. So start writing it down, get crystal clear about what are the ways I'm going to think different, what are new beliefs and perspectives I may hold, what are new choices I may be making in my future, and what am I willing to do different? What am I going to be doing different in my future? If I am deciding that I want to go lift weights, right? And I've never lifted weights. Well, then that requires me to start lifting weights. No, I'm not going to keep running. I'm not going to keep swimming, right? I may still continue to do those things, but I'm going to look at if my objective, if my goal is this version of me who's lifting weights, she has to start doing the literal act of lifting weights. So when we put this into manifesting, it's if I'm in a relationship where I'm treated with respect and I feel safe and secure, It's stop accepting versions of people that are disrespectful and that are not giving you consistently what it is that you desire in a commitment, because that is a version of you who does not know her worth and value, doesn't feel safe and secure, and is not respecting herself, and therefore allowing others to disrespect her. So it's going to require an overhaul, baby, but you're fucking worth it and you can do it. And I love you. And if you want help, check out my courses below. I have the self-sabotage, all the ways you're sabotaging in your love life and how to turn it around on its head. I also have the mirror effect, which is focused solely on everyone as you pushed out. And then I have the Goddess Daily Glow Up Blueprint, which is creating a daily routine. I share what I did when I changed my self-concept and all the different ways that thousands of clients have shared with me, pulled what worked across the board for people the most to give you different ways to create your own routine. That is below too. I love you and I'll see you.